When you make your bed. When you eat clean instead of stuffing your face with garbage. When you show up to the gym, tired and still get it done. When you study, work, grind. Even when nobody's watching, nobody's clapping, and nobody cares. That's where real winners are made, because every one of those small wins is a brick. And brick by brick, you build something unshakable. Here's the part most people don't get. Small wins are never small. They're proof. Proof that you have control over yourself. Proof that your word means something. Proof that you can push through when it's not exciting. And if you can't master those, you have no shot at the big game. Because the big moments aren't a test of skill. They're a test of the habits you've been building every single day. Big goals feel overwhelming. Small wins build momentum. Everybody wants to stand at the top. Everybody wants the view from the peak. The money, the respect, the body, the freedom, the power. They want the roar of the crowd, the applause, the victory lap. But here's the part they never talk about. Most people never even take the first step. Why? Because the peak looks too far. The climb looks too steep. The journey feels too heavy. They're already defeated in their mind before they've even laced up their boots. They stand there frozen, staring at the mountain, overthinking, talking themselves out of it, convincing themselves they'll start later when the conditions are better. But later becomes never. And that's where the dream dies, in hesitation. Not in failure, in inaction. But not you. You're not here to freeze. You're not here to wait. You're here to move, because the truth is simple. You don't conquer a mountain in one leap. You conquer it one step at a time, one decision at a time, one win at a time. The man who tries to take it all at once burns out. The man who focuses on winning today becomes unstoppable. And that's where small wins come in. Small wins are the fuel. Small wins are the foundation. Small wins are the first drops of momentum. And momentum changes everything. At first, momentum feels like nothing. It's just you, pushing alone in the dark. Waking up early, nobody's there to cheer. Eating clean, nobody gives you credit. Putting in the extra reps, nobody's clapping. It's silent, it's thankless, and it's exactly where most men quit. They can't handle the grind without applause. They can't handle the progress that nobody sees. But if you can stay locked in, if you can keep winning those little battles in the shadows, something starts to shift. The push gets easier. The steps get faster. The weight starts to feel lighter. Not because it is, but because you are stronger. That's momentum. It starts slow like a snowball, but with every small win, it grows. And once it grows big enough, it's no longer a push, it's a pull. It's like being strapped to a freight train that can't be stopped. One workout won't make you strong. One healthy meal won't make you ripped. One good day won't make you rich. But string enough of them together, 10 becomes 20. 20 becomes 100. 100 becomes your new normal. And that's when something inside you changes. You stop being the man who tries and become the man who does. The man who shows up when others quit. The man who's disciplined when others are lazy. The man who's focused when others are distracted. And when you've built yourself through thousands of small wins, the big opportunities stop feeling intimidating. They stop feeling like big opportunities at all. They just feel like the next step. And you've been taking steps your whole damn life. So stop standing at the bottom of the mountain staring at the peak. Stop telling yourself someday. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Start now. Win now. Take that first step, then the second, then the third. Make your bed. Win. Train hard. Win. Eat like a warrior. Win. Put in the extra hour. Win. Do one more rep. Read one more page. Make one more move. Win. Stack enough of those wins and momentum will start to carry you. You won't have to force yourself anymore. You'll need to move. Because here's the thing. The man who wins small becomes the man who dominates big. The man who masters the details becomes the man who commands the stage. The man who builds momentum becomes unstoppable. And when you finally reach that peak, you won't stand there wondering how you did it. You'll know exactly how you did it. One win at a time. You'll look down at the ones still talking about someday, still waiting for the right time, still doing nothing. And you'll understand why they never made it. The mountain was never too big. The climb was never too hard. The only real enemy was standing still. And you never stop moving. Small wins build confidence, and confidence builds success. Listen closely, because this is the truth no one tells you. Confidence isn't magic. It's not luck. It's not a personality trait you're born with. It is built, earned, forged in fire, and the raw material, small wins. You think a man becomes unstoppable overnight? No, he becomes unstoppable one decision at a time, one ret at a time, one choice at a time. When the alarm goes off and you get up instead of hitting snooze, that's a win. When you drag yourself to the gym when every cell in your body wants to quit, that's a win. When you keep your promise to yourself even when no one else will know the difference, that's a win. When you choose to push forward instead of falling back into comfort, that's a win. And here's the thing. At first, those wins feel small. They feel insignificant. You think it's just one day, it's just one choice. It doesn't matter. But those are the moments that matter most, because the habit you build in those small moments becomes the man you are in the big ones. Every win is a brick, and brick by brick, you build a fortress. A fortress of discipline, a fortress of resilience, a fortress of self-belief so solid that nothing, no insult, no failure, no setback can knock it down. You see, confidence doesn't come from telling yourself, I can do it. It comes from proving to yourself over and over. I've done it before, and I'll do it again. The man who wins small wins big, because when the pressure's on, he doesn't hope. He knows. He's got the receipts. He's got the track record. He's earned the right to trust himself. This is why some men walk into a room and people pay attention without them saying a word. It's not charisma. It's not some alpha act. It's presence. The presence that comes from a man who's built himself through relentless consistency. And here's the masculine truth. You don't wait to feel confident before you start winning. You start winning before you feel confident. And the confidence comes as a byproduct. Most men never get this. They wait. They hesitate. They think, I'll start when I feel ready. But readiness doesn't come before action. It comes because of action. You build yourself one step at a time. One workout, one meal, one focused hour, one disciplined choice. Day after day, you start stacking. At first, the voice inside you is quiet, just a whisper. Maybe I can do this. Then it gets stronger. I will do this. And one day it becomes a roar. Nothing can stop me. And when you hit that point, everything changes. Fear loses its power. Doubt loses its grip. Hesitation dies. Now you move with conviction. Now you execute without second guessing. Now you're not hoping to survive the storm. You are the storm. That's the man small wins create. A man who doesn't flinch in the face of challenge. A man who doesn't collapse when things get hard. A man who looks at obstacles and says, I've been here before. I know what to do. So, stop obsessing over the mountaintop. Stop staring at the massive goal and thinking it's too far. Look at the step in front of you. Crush it. Win today, then win tomorrow, then win again. Do this long enough, and one day you'll turn around and realize you've built a life that others only dream of. Not because you were lucky, not because you were special, but because you were relentless. Small wins build confidence. Confidence builds success, and success builds a man the world cannot break. So here's your call. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop making excuses. Take the next win. Stack it. Protect it. Multiply it. And keep going until the man you were would be afraid to face the man you've become. Discipline is forged in the small wins, not the big victories. Everyone wants the big win. The moment where the crowd roars. The moment where you hold the trophy. The headline that says you made it. But here's the hard truth. The big win doesn't make you. It reveals you. When the spotlight hits, when the pressure is crushing, you don't magically become stronger. You drop to the level of your training. You perform at the standard you've built when no one was watching. And that standard that's built in the shadows, that's built in when your legs are shaking, your arms are shot, and you still push one more rep. They happen when you're alone at the desk, eyes burning, while everyone else is out wasting time. And you stay focused. Nobody sees it. Nobody cheers for it. Nobody thanks you for it. And that's exactly why most people quit. The test of the small wins. It's easy to work when the cameras are on, when people are clapping, when there's hype in the air. But discipline is what you do when the cameras are off, when it's boring, when it's hard, when there's no instant reward. That's the difference between men who dream and men who win. Motivation is soft. It's there one day, gone the next. It's weather dependent, mood dependent. Discipline doesn't care about the weather. Discipline doesn't care about your feelings. Discipline shows up every single day. Rain, shine, tired, sick, inspired, or not. Discipline is built. Shower a study when you could have been scrolling is a brick. Each moment of self-control when temptation calls is a brick. And here's the thing. 1 brick doesn't look like much. 2 bricks, still nothing. But day after day, month after month, you build a wall so strong that nothing can break it. A body so strong it intimidates. A mind so sharp it cuts through doubt. A will so relentless that even fear bows down. The big win is exciting. The adrenaline carries you. But small wins, they're quiet. They're repetitive. They demand patience. And that's why they are the real test. Because you can fake it for a day. You can fake it for a week. But you cannot fake showing up every single day for years. This is why most people never reach the big victory. They can't handle the silence. People will see your big win one day and call you lucky. They'll say you came out of nowhere. They'll try to make it sound easy. They won't see the years of small wins stacked on top of each other. They won't see the lonely mornings, the painful workouts, the sacrifices. They won't see the discipline you built in the shadows. And that's fine, because you didn't do it for them. You did it for you. Stack wins until it's who you are. Do it so many times that it stops being a choice and becomes your identity. So many that quitting feels unnatural. So many that taking the easy road feels wrong. So many that discipline isn't something you try to have. It's something you are. When that's the case, the big win is inevitable. Not because you wished for it, not because you got lucky, but because you became the kind of man who could not possibly lose. So stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for the hype. Stop waiting for the crowd. Win today, then win tomorrow, then win the next day. Stack so many small wins that when the big moment comes, it doesn't feel like a miracle. It feels like a normal Tuesday. Because by then, winning isn't an event. It's just who you are. Stack success. Win after win. You want to change your life. You want to stand taller, walk sharper, move through the world with the kind of presence that turns heads without a word. Then you need to understand this. You don't get there with one big moment. You don't get there with a flash of inspiration or a lucky break. You get there through the grind, through stacking win after win until you've built something no one can take from you. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's work. Work done when you don't feel like it. Work done when no one's watching. Work done when there's no reward in sight. One more rep in the gym when your muscles are begging you to stop. One more page of that book when your brain feels fried. One more step into the unknown when fear is screaming for you to turn back. One more risk. One more push. One more brick laid when it would have been easier to say enough. That's stacking wins. And stacking wins is how men are made. See, every small win is a seed. Plant it, water it, protect it, and before you know it, you've got a forest so thick, no storm can tear it down. Every wind is a brick. Stack it, strengthen it, lock it in place, and soon you've got a fortress that no enemy can break through. Every wind is proof. Proof that you are who you say you are. Proof that you keep your word. Proof that you don't need luck because you've got discipline. Most men will never get this. They'll wait for the perfect time. They'll wait for motivation to magically appear. They'll wait for the big moment that never comes. They think life changes in one giant leap. But the truth is this: there is no giant leap without 1,000 small steps first. Those steps are lonely. They are repetitive. They are quiet. They are boring to everyone except the man who's taking them, because he knows what they're building toward. The world won't notice the first brick you lay. They won't notice the 10th. They won't notice the 100th. But they'll damn sure notice when the wall is finished, when it's standing tall in the sun, casting a shadow on everyone who doubted you. Momentum is your greatest weapon, and momentum comes from stacking wins. One win turns into 2. 2 turns into 10. 10 turns into a streak that makes you dangerous. Because now you don't just hope to win, you expect it. A man who expects to win moves differently. He's calm in chaos. He's decisive under pressure. He doesn't flinch when the stakes are high, because he's already faced himself in the dark and he's already won. But stacking wins is not easy. It requires discipline when your body says no. It requires patience when the results don't show. It requires grit when everyone else has already given up. And that's why it's masculine. Because this path demands you stand alone, fight alone, and push through when no one is cheering. Every day is a battle. You either win it or you lose it. You either move forward or you slide backward. There is no standing still. So win the morning, win the workout, win the conversation, win the decision to show up when it's easier to stay down. Stack those wins like a man stacking ammo before a war, because one day you will need them. And when that day comes, you won't just be ready. You'll be unstoppable. One day you will stand at the top of everything you've built. And when you look back, you'll understand that every small win was a step on the path to greatness. They weren't small at all. They were the steel in your spine. They were the armor on your chest. They were the fire that burned away every excuse you ever had. People will ask how you did it. They'll expect a magic formula. They'll expect some secret shortcut. And you'll tell them the truth. I stacked wins every day without fail, without excuse, until losing wasn't even an option. So stack them relentlessly, ruthlessly, unapologetically, brick after brick, day after day, battle after battle, until the wall becomes a fortress, until the fortress becomes a kingdom, until the kingdom becomes an empire. And when they look at that empire and ask how it was built, you won't say a word. You'll just stand there, unshakable, knowing they're looking at the result of a man who refused to quit. Because you didn't just climb the mountain. You didn't just cross the bridge. You built the damn thing. In the end, every massive success starts with a single small win. It's not about giant leaps or instant results. It's about showing up day after day, stacking those small victories, no matter how tiny they seem. Because those little victories, they build your confidence, your discipline, and eventually your legacy. Success isn't a single moment. It's the sum of every consistent action you take when no one's watching. So, If you're ready to start stacking your own wins, like this video, subscribe for more real talk, and comment "I always win" to prove you stayed till the very end. Remember, the climb to greatness is made one step at a time. Keep pushing, keep grinding. See you in the next one.